Alright guys, so in this video I want to quickly go over the Super Mayhem teams that you guys have been asking me for. So the Super Mayhem is actually pretty darn interesting this time around with the new adjustments, but the real important thing here is the rewards here guys, and the reason why you want to try and use up your tickets and you want to take advantage of this particular event is because instead of just getting crystals and arena medals, you're actually able to get some Pitaya Dragon Soulstones that you guys can use for either getting Pitaya themselves, or you're able to at least get it to potentially promote your Pitaya Dragon Cookie. So it is really important for you guys to try and use up your tickets, gain as much trophies as possible, and try to reach the highest rank as possible in order to increase your amount of Pitaya Soulstone at the end of the event. Alright, so the one thing about Mayhem that is good is that you don't need to worry about setting up your defense team, and you don't need to worry about a defense log. So all you need to do is really focus on the attack. And here we go guys, let's talk about the three teams. So let's go over here guys, and it is going to be number one. Alright, the first team that we are going to have is going to be the one-shot comps. So one-shot comps are really good right now. There are different variations, but this is the one that I am going to personally go with. If you guys don't have Squid Ink leveled up, you guys can also use Black Pearl, but this is what we have currently seen being used a lot. So let's go over the treasure. It's going to be the insignia, which is really important for you guys to not only heal your cookies but not to die as well. We have the scroll and the whistle, so you guys can see the different thing is that we're not using the feather. Alright, so instead we're using the whistle. And the toppings are going to be very simple, except for one cookie, and it is going to be Space Donut. And Space Donut is going to use 4 searing raspberry and 1 swift chocolate in order to give it a 3-second start. You need a 2.8% cooldown, so that's the only thing that you need to worry about, and rest of them are going to be using full on searing raspberry. You don't have any substats, so you don't need to worry about it. Just put any toppings that you have left over that are plus 12 that don't have good substats, so you don't really need to worry about that. Alright, so next one is gonna be our next comp, and the second comp is the attack speed comp. So this is going to be a variation of an attack speed comp, and there are different ones, but this is actually going to be a pretty darn good one, and it does beat a lot of the one-shot comps. So let's go over the topping real quick, and it is going to be full on solid almond for Queen of Man, Madeline, as well as Werewolf. And then for Vampire, full searing raspberry and full swift chocolate for BTS cookie. So BTS is still being used at least for the Mayhem, because you do need to use 3 different teams. And the treasures are going to be the insignia, the rare scroll or the epic scroll, as well as the enchanted robe. So for the cookie who is going to have the enchanted robe, it's actually going to be applied to the cookie with the highest attack in the beginning. But the thing is, because of the fact that Vampire is pretty darn squishy and is going to die off relatively easily, the enchanted robe should go to someone like Werewolf as well as Madeline later on, and then it should be carried over like that. So it's not too much of a problem. The reason why we have the rare scroll sometimes instead of the epic scroll is because of the increase in defense, allowing your team to survive the one-shot comp a little bit more than just having no defense at all. And then the last one is gonna be the Pitaya standard comp here with Stardust and Snapdragon. And you guys can see that this team is relatively simple as well. Full solid almond for Hollowberry. We got full raspberry, full juicy apple jelly, full solid almond, as well as full swift chocolate. And the treasures are going to be the feather and the scroll and the jelly watch. And this team is going to be used against attack speed comp. As you guys can see, all of these cookies are going to be really strong against attack speed comp. Pitaya has extra damage resist. Hollowberry has the damage focus. Stardust is able to put the sign of the star debuff onto someone like Madeline and also gain damage resist. Snapdragon, extra damage resist. Pure Vanilla, extra healing and shield. So now with the teams out of the way, let me just quickly talk about which teams you should be using against certain ones. So this team will beat number 3 right here. So this team right here, the standard team, will be weak against the one-shot comp, and then the attack speed comp should be used against one-shot comps. All right, so the number 2 will win number 1, and then lastly number 3 should beat number 2, which is going to be the attack speed comp. So let me just show you guys in battle as well. So I see the attack speed comp here, so I'm going to switch it to the Pitaya Stardust comp. And I see number 2, and that is going to be the standard comp. So I'm going to switch out to the one-shot comp here. And we have the attack speed comp against the one-shot comp. All right, so here we go. So here and there, you're definitely going to have some, the losses here and there. But in most cases, against certain like variations of the attack speed comp, one-shot comps and things like that, you definitely should be able to have victory if you guys are using these certain comps. So you can see right there, Pure Vanilla is able to survive the attack speed. Our Stardust is able to attack, survive the attack speed because of the extra damage resist that he gains from his passive, right, when he uses his skill. So it's a really good comp, and we also have the Draconic Life Force for our Pitaya with Snapdragon. And this one right here, we should be able to also beat this pretty darn quickly, pretty darn easily here. All right, they do have BTS, but we do have Insignia, Scroll, and the Whistle. So our cookies right here should be able to beat them right here. All right, so Moonlight right there, boom, and there you guys go. We didn't even need to go to the third one, all right, and it is going to allow us to gain 127 trophies, all right. So another thing that you should definitely keep in mind when you guys are playing the Super Mayhem is because you're not able to get a ton of extra tickets using something like the mileage points, it is really important that you guys try and attack teams, all right, or players that have higher, all right, trophy than what you guys have, because it is going to increase the amount of trophies you're able to get. So once again, you see the one-shot comp, so I'm going to get it to the attack speed comp here, and then we see the standard comp, which is going to be for us use the one-shot comp, and we see the attack speed. All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. So one-shot comp against the attack speed. So you can see the attack speed right there is being applied to our vampire, and then it is on Queen of Man. But after that, it should be applied to someone like Werewolf, and then right after it should be applied to our Madeline. All right, so this is right here, because we don't have any attack speed stats, it's gonna based on the the highest attack of your cookies. All right, so there you go. This is a standard comp. We're gonna use our one-shot comp. So one-shot comp does have a tendency to sometimes lose depending on the team that you guys are versing. So this one we actually might lose here, but it should be fine because we still have the the Pitaya comp here that is gonna pretty much beat most attack speed comps. So in a way, we'll still win with a 2-to-1 here. And look, absolutely, like just this damage resist gained from Pitaya's passive, Stardust passive, as well as Snapdragon giving damage resist to every single one of the cookies. It just allows them to survive and just deal with the attack speed comp without a problem here. So, and here we go. And it should be pretty darn easy. Come on, just get rid of this Pure Vanilla. There you guys go. And there you go. 115 trophies. All right, so you guys can see, yes, sometimes so the one-shot comp can lose, but don't worry. It's not a problem since you do still have the other two comps that are going to win for you. So to quickly talk about some replacements, someone like Werewolf can be replaced with someone like Capsaicin. You guys can also replace Werewolf with someone like Pinecone as well, or even Wildberry, depending on if you guys have some of these cookies leveled up or not. And then the next one for the one-shot comp, of course, again, Squidding can be replaced with Black Pearl. And the rest of them, it's always been there, so just keep that in mind. And the last comp here, if you don't have Snapdragon, of course BTS can be placed in there, but besides that, the team is pretty darn set, and you should probably use this team if you guys can. If you don't have Stardust, all right, if you don't have Stardust, then you guys can try and use someone like again, Capsaicin in there. You can try to use someone like maybe even Latte. Latte has been pretty good inside of a standard team right now. Or even Wildberry in here. Molossus has been a replacement too, but just keep in mind this is pretty much what the team is kind of like set in standard right now with a lot of the players. So hope you guys can use this team. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as much as possible as soon as possible. But thanks for watching, guys. Good luck with your Super Mayhem climbing. There's still 22 days, so no rush, but you should still try to rank up as high as possible, especially if you guys can, to at least the 6,000 to get to at least Master 5. And of course, the reward, there is also the guild section as well. So try to do your best in order to help your guild gain as much trophy as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.